Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions, session 28 of Rogues to Riches. Picking right up where we left off, you guys are still in the city of Prague, capital of Bohemia. What's the word? I guess what would it be called? It's anyway. It's part of the Holy Roman Empire. I don't know what the term would be, protectorate or whatever. You are still searching for the missing actor. Who, well, may or may not even be in the city. You don't know. When we left off, Rachel had been looking into the stories about the vampires that were rumored to be currently haunting Prague, as it were. Using the term haunting, of course, not literally, but well, maybe kind of literally. And she had found one particular family that had been stricken. I think the father and eldest son had died recently, and their bodies had been exhumed and staked and burnt afterwards, showing signs of vampirism, of course. But she visited the remainder of the family and found the mother very sick. Who else was sick? Do you remember? I think it was the next eldest.
It was the mother, a daughter, and a son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was two other kids that
children in the house, I believe.
Yeah, there was 5 originally. One is dead. Oh no, it wasn't. Sorry, was it the son? It was the father and grandfather, wasn't it?
I think the father.
That's right.
Who died? Yes.
The father and the grandfather. That's right. Yeah. So there's actually 5 children, 2 of whom are sick, and 3 of whom are still seem healthy. Right, and the mother, of course, 6. That's what happened. Okay, sorry, I didn't take down those specific notes. That would have been helpful, I suppose, but that's okay. And then also, you guys visited the Apex Theater, the ticket office, when tickets went on sale that evening, and bought tickets to attend the play tonight called Gods and Traitors. You met the manager, Medard, who explained to you that he had not seen or heard anything from the Kinder des Mondes, the Desmundus, whatever the fuck you call it, the Children of the Moon theater company that were meant to be playing A King in Yellow here in less than 2 weeks anyway. I think it's about a week and a half. It is currently, pardon me. Yes, currently the 27th of July, and The King in Yellow is meant to play from the 5th through the 12th here at the Apex Theater. But he has yet to hear from them. So, of course, you know that most of them are dead. Only one survived, but he does not know that. He just knows that they're late. They should have been in town, days ago, and haven't arrived yet. So, let's get straight to business. Of course, Josh couldn't make it last week, and so as a result, his character Medina, Antonio de Medina, but we just call him Medina to not confuse him with the other Antonio in the group. Medina had been sick in bed upon first arriving to Prague, having caught a bit of a cold perhaps on the road on the way here. Something that probably could have been cured by your spell, even had you used it for him, Katherina, instead of that family. But he wasn't in any real severe risk anyway, so it would have been a waste of your talents. However, what you all did not know is that he actually started to feel better late last night, which would have been the 26th of July, and decided to go out and see some of the city since he had missed the whole day's worth of activities that you guys had done. So go ahead and give me a D20 roll, Josh, and we'll see what kind of trouble De Medina got himself into.
12.
12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on the 27th, you have woken up with a hangover from hell. You will have a -2 to all hits and saves until the 28th for one day. So that would explain why you weren't out gallivanting with them today. And now it's evening time and they might be seeing you for the first time before going to attend to the play. Because I think you guys bought tickets. You went back to your inn, which was called the Crossed Candles, a very fancy inn. I guess that would be in the Old Town district of Prague, which is kind of where the wealthier residents of the town live. Not the not the super rich, the nobles and such. They live in the Imperial District, of course, but Old Town would be kind of the nicer section of town, where the people with money are. So that's where you are now. It's say about 7 p.m. So you guys have time to grab a bit of dinner. You'll see Medina in the common room for the first time, basically since you arrived in Prague the previous day. And yeah, you have tickets to the play tonight. We can do some RP, or we can just skip ahead if you guys want. If there's nothing really that you need to accomplish, it's up to you. Is there anything you really want to do, or will we just go through dinner? Oh, that's right. I want to pull up. I'll tell you what's on the menu. Let's see here. This is a good inn. Okay, so on the menu for dinner, you can get steamed grouse and onion with a glass of gin for 4 silver. You can get braised bear with mace and millet biscuits with a glass of rum for 1 silver. We'll skip that. That doesn't make sense. Roasted boar with strawberry tart and a glass of whiskey for 4 silver. Baked oxen and acorn bread with a glass of cider for 4 silver. Steamed grouse with mustard and wheat bread and a glass of rum for 3 silver. Steamed scallops with mace and wheat bread and a glass of brandy for 4 silver. Or baked partridge and whey cheese and a glass of wine for 4 silver. What do you want to eat?
Boar. I will eat boar.
Boar it is for Medina, and that what did I say? The boar costs 4 silver. Yep, comes with the strawberry tart and a glass of whiskey.
I shall have the partridge.
The partridge was baked partridge and whey cheese with a glass of wine for 4 silver.
No, I'll have the board as well. The sweet tart sounds good.
Cool, no problem. Yep, another 4
You
silver.
said that's 4 silver?
Correct. Yep. And how about Cole?
Did you say something about a bear, or was it boar?
Yeah, the bear was the cheapy item on the menu. It was,
I've heard things
roasted. No, not roasted. Sorry, bear was braised bear with mace and millet biscuits. I don't know what the fuck mace and millet biscuits.
Yeah,
means.
no.
I know what millet is, but
I think I'll go for. I think I'll have the same thing that Merritt had. That's fine.
that was the partridge, baked partridge. Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, yeah.
4 silver. Everybody has decent meals, picking the more premium items on the menu. I mean, hell, that costs more than a room in a cheap inn.
Gotta spend this mimic gold somehow.
All right. Okay, so you have your dinner, and then it's time to attend the play. If who was going? You have, I think, only 3 tickets. You didn't get a ticket for Medina because
True.
Do
So
I really want to go see a play?
that's entirely up to you.
I'm gonna sit out. I'm gonna wait for them. I'm gonna sit out for play.
Cool. Okay. So Antonio, Cole, and Katherina will go to the play. I take it.
sure.
Sure. So it was called Gods and Traitors. And it is fucking incredible. Give me saving throws against paralyzation, the 3 of you.
Okay. And you got to roll over it, right?
Equal to or over, correct.
Okay. I had
I made it.
19. Rolled a 19.
Yep, you're fine. How did you do there, Rob and Crystal? Cole
16.
and Katherina? Katherina, that's a success, I take it, yeah?
What
Yeah.
dice do we roll on that?
1d20, and you want to roll equal to or higher than the number you have on your paralyze save.
I don't know. I rolled a 3 and I have a 12.
It's also modified by wisdom,
modified
if you have a wisdom
by
modifier.
I have,
But you failed, yeah? You rolled a 5.
I rolled a 3. Yeah.
Oh, no modifier is going to save you. Cole actually breaks out in tears. It's so moving.
Wow. Yes, in touch with that side of himself every now and then. I guess.
Medina in the chat. Josh said, had to be incredible, didn't it? Now I feel like I missed out. It's so good. Cole cries like almost like a little girl.
Yeah.
He's
Katherina
just
will,
he's
comfort
just
him.
weeping with relief when it's done. It's just the full emotional gamut. It starts off really kind of exciting and interesting, and then it turns tragic and gets really dark and depressing, and then by the end it has kind of a semi-happy ending for the for a couple of characters in the play. And so yeah, Cole is just crying his eyes out. And but Katherina and Antonio, they put on their brave faces and are not so emotionally affected by the mere positionings and speech patterns of a few prissy actors on a stage, apparently. So
Katherina was distracted the whole time because that French guy keeps like winking at her. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, he's you see him. Where would he see? He's the manager. Would he sit up in a box like in a fancy thing, or do you think he'd be down on stage? No, I think he'd be up in a box. He's too important to be downstage. He's got other people to take care of that. So, yep, he keeps trying to invite you. He's gesturing towards you to come up and join him in the VIP kind of booth, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, no,
Where he's sitting with some nobles and rich people.
I think I know where that leads if I accept. So I'm gonna sit down here with my bodyguards.
Okay, cool. And he disappears just before the end of the play. You probably suspect he's going to be downstairs somewhere trying to intercept you before you leave.
I have a question. What language was the play in?
That's a good point, because you don't speak Czech, do you?
No, but maybe they just emotion from the
What languages do you speak?
I think it's just
Should be written on your character sheet.
yeah, I got it down here. It's English, and I think it was
Dutch for sure.
was it? Yeah, English and Dutch. That's it. Yeah, that's the only
Okay,
one.
well, we'll say the play was in English. I don't know why
Okay.
it just was.
So that's why I didn't like it. I couldn't understand it.
You don't speak English? Oh, yeah, you're French. That's right. I keep forgetting.
Actually, let me roll it. Let me roll. I haven't rolled for
You've
it
never
yet.
rolled? Roll. See if you do speak
Not
English.
for English. So let's see.
Forgetting that Katherina is French. Of course, Katherina Allemande is French.
Yes. A 2, and my language is a 2. So actually, I did understand it.
You do understand English. Write that down in the languages spoken. And I assume your intelligence is 7 or higher, right?
My intelligence is a 14, so I got a +1.
Yeah, so you also can read and write English as well.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, are you going to try to avoid Medard on leaving the theater? And if so, how do you want to do so? That question was for you, Crystal. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I had someone else shouting at me. What'd you say?
Okay. Do you want to try to avoid Medard as you exit the theater? You know he's after that booty.
Yeah. Yeah. She has to cover Cole, so she sees him. She's going, sorry, this is Cole's English. Cole's English, right?
He is English, yes.
Yeah, so it's like weak Englishman. I'm gonna have to get him back to the hotel. She'll tell him that in French, of course.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I understand. I said, well, please come back tomorrow and bring your friends. You may have free seats in a VIP booth if you wish to come back for another show.
Oh, well, I thank you very much for that.
And where will you be staying tonight? I hope that it is comfortable enough.
Oh, yes, it's a very fancy hotel in town. I can't
And-
quite, like. I keep saying hotel. Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
it's one of the bigger ones. It's in the, it's in the, over in that direction. I can't, new to town and everything.
Well, but what is the name of it?
Gosh, I actually have forgotten. So,
Well, it's called the Crossed Candles, but
all right, see, you had to go remind me. Now I can't use I forgot as an excuse.
well, you can still use that as an excuse.
True. I mean, it's over in that district. The name eludes me at the moment.
Oh yes. Of course, he turns to Antonio de Valenti, says in Czech, because I think you speak Czech, right, Antonio?
I do speak Czech.
Yes. You do you know the name of the inn where your group is staying?
So, seeing that Rachel was clearly uncomfortable, not Rachel, sorry, Katherina was clearly uncomfortable with him pressing her for information, I will say, yes, we are staying at the Oriental Princess.
Oh, the Oriental Princess. Yes, of course. It's a wonderful place.
Yes, it is indeed.
One of the best in town. Very well.
Indeed.
Perhaps I will send my compliments. Have a good evening. I hope to see you again before you leave town.
Of course.
Thank you for remembering that, Antonio. Was it Czech? Can I speak Czech? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, cool. So you managed to get out away from the slimy French theater owner who's just simply enchanted by the first French woman that he's met in a long time.
If you remember correctly, the Oriental Princess was the name of the inn in that little town Nijmegen, I believe, that we stayed at.
Yeah, I do remember.
Okay.
Yep, it was also a fancy inn.
It was. Just not fancy in Prague.
It did not burn down.
Yes.
Okay, so yep, Grant, you escape the advances of the sleazeball owner of or manager, I should say, of the Apex Theater. He probably owns part of it too. Maybe he owns whatever. It doesn't matter. And you can make it back to the Cross Candles. Let's see, the play would have started at say about 9 p.m. and so by this point in time, it's maybe 10:30 p.m. Yeah, between 10:30 and 11 p.m. you get back to the Cross Candles. Medina, did you do anything while they were out, or you just hang out at the inn? And
I just hung out and had some more drinks.
Yeah, because you got a hangover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the bartender lures you in, giving you a free drink first. Oh yeah, your dinner came with what?
Whiskey?
Yeah, your dinner came with a glass of whiskey. So he sent you a second glass of whiskey on the house, and the barmaid, wench, whatever you call her name is Lada. She said, "Oh, my father said that this is on him. He said it would help you to feel better, sir."
Give him my thanks. I give her a wink.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And what best way to cure a hangover than keep drinking?
Indeed. So give me a what would we call? Let's see. What are the saving throws? You got poison, paralyze, magic device, breath weapon, and there's one that I'm forgetting. What is it? Anybody? You guys have character sheets. I don't. I really should. I always forget to pull up.
Magic.
Oh, I said magic. Magic.
It's
device.
paralyze, poison, breath weapon, magical device, and magic.
Oh, right. Okay, maybe I didn't say magic. Okay, cool. Just what's your wisdom, Medina?
-1, 8, so -1.
8 minus 1. Just give me a d20 roll.
Okay. 16.
16. Yeah, Medina's drunk by the time you guys get there. He is 8 whiskeys deep. What is Medina like when he gets drunk, Josh?
That's bit aggressive, but also tries to get all the ladies as well.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great. 'Cause Katherina hasn't had enough of that tonight.
So by the time you guys get there, he's drunk. You see Andre's giving him dagger eyes from behind the bar. Because as you guys know, Andre is the innkeeper, and Lada, the wench, is his daughter. And Medina has been making passes at her all night. So anybody who is perceptive amongst the three of you might notice that Andre is contemplating what way he wants to murder Medina tonight.
As we're walking back, Katherina will let Antonio Valente know that he doesn't owe her a ammo pouch anymore.
Oh, very good.
I'll just shrug it off because I had completely forgotten about the use of the ammo pouch earlier.
Yep, a pouch
As
full
a
of bullets.
pickpocketing decoy.
Exactly. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I mean, we don't have to role play an entire inn scene. Medina gets drunk and embarrasses himself. I'm gonna assume that one of you guys, or maybe more than one of you, I use the term guys figuratively. I mean guys and gal. I presume that you will, one of you, or maybe more of you, will coax him to bed for the night before he gets himself in deep shit, and Medina actually, or not Medina, but Andre actually stabs him or something. You'll notice that Lada is avoiding him as much as possible, and that Andre has taken to delivering his drinks himself, and Lada stands behind the bar when he does so.
Yeah, Katherina will look at Lada with those "I understand" kind of eyes, and then she'll say, "Hey, I think you guys should take care of your friend."
I will have bypassed the room altogether and just gone right up to mine.
I'm just spouting gibberish and.
No worries.
Oh, are you emotionally stable enough to help Medina to his room?
I don't.
I'm sure he's fine by now. He was just moved by the play. He's not crying all the way home or anything.
Yeah. Does
Just a really good
does
play.
Medina speak English or Dutch?
You all speak Dutch. That's
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
established
Okay.
as a
Yeah,
I
necessity.
do,
then- yeah,
I
then
do
I-
actually
Everyone has
speak
one
English.
language.
I do
Yeah,
actually
then-
speak English.
Good. He speaks English as well, and Spanish, of course.
Okay. So I'll try to help him get up there to his room.
Because I said I'm gonna. If Cole comes near me, I'm gonna like push him away.
Okay.
Well, come on, friend. Let's get a bottle and let's just go back upstairs and drink up there. Let's get away from all this trash.
No, I want some more. I want some. I need to stay down here.
Come on, I don't think that's a very good idea. I don't think you're looking straight at the innkeeper here. He doesn't seem to like your behavior right now. We don't
And
really
you
need
see
those
the
problems.
innkeeper is approaching and walking up behind Medina.
No, I got to keep going because I said I was aggressive and a bit.
And he swings a blackjack or cudgel or something like that, and swats Medina in the back of the head. Give me let's just call it a let's call it a paralyzation save. Paralyzation. God damn it! Why am I always tripping that word? Give me a paralyzation save, please, Josh.
Okay, so it's a D20 again, isn't it?
Yes. This one is also all saves are modified by your wisdom, generally speaking, except for magical things, which would be modified by your intelligence. So
Yeah.
So I guess that means you have a -1.
Yep. So 15 minus 1.
14. And what's your save?
11.
Okay, so you take the blow to the head, and only suffer 3 points of damage,
Okay.
and you're still conscious.
Well, I just turn around and swing for
I guess
Andrew.
roll to hit. Melee. Bar fight.
Why? What do I roll? I've forgotten everything that I roll.
1d20
Okay.
plus your melee bonus.
So 4.
Oh, I think you missed.
Yeah, I rolled 4. I'm done.
You turn and swing, and he ducks under it easily. At which point, several other customers realize that you've just attacked the man who's serving all the drinks and foods, and so they jump on you and beat the crap out of you. You lose
I'm gonna feel
four more hit points and get knocked unconscious.
I'm gonna feel so bad in the morning.
So you've lost a total of, what did I say, 3 the first time? Was it? Yeah. So you've lost a total of 7 hit points, and you're beaten into unconsciousness.
I'll feel awful in the morning because I'm a religious man. I'm gonna feel awful.
Yeah, maybe so. Why don't you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So he's not really injured. He's just kind of knocked out. And
Yeah. It's
care of him. Yeah, the black.
Half of it will be gone by the time he wakes up, so he'll only have 4 points of actual damage from the actual bruising. And
so I'll apologize to the innkeeper and tell him, he's usually a man of God, and this is very.
Didn't know that he would react like that to the whiskey. He will get no more as long as he's under my roof.
That's fine. That's a good idea. I appreciate that. And
you've paid for the rooms for the next nearly 2 weeks, so I will not make him leave.
Okay.
But I will not serve him any more alcohol, and I will instruct my staff the same.
Fine.
He will get water or milk with his dinners. Sorry, what'd you say, Katherina?
I'm not sure. Cole might have been doing the same. Katherina will just ask if we can at least get just like a few people to help move him to his room.
Okay, sure. They will. So yeah, let's see. Take another point of damage. It still be the same effect. You still be only at 4 hit points. You take another point of damage as they roughly toss you into your bed because they don't like you. But it's okay. When you wake up in the morning, you're just down 4 hit points. Half of it goes away.
When they leave, Katherina will ask Cole to stand outside for a second, and she'll cast Cure Light Wounds on his. She'll seeing the bump on his head for me.
Okay.
She's gonna cast Cure Light Wounds, touching that bump and asking the Lord to provide a healing for him.
1d8 plus your level?
Yeah, I believe that's it. I got it.
It'll bring him back in full when he wakes up in the morning, so he'll just wake up and over. But
and I only rolled a 1, so 2 points.
7.
No, actually, I'm sorry, it's plus my level. So yeah, that'll actually be enough. Yeah.
Yeah. You heal him of all but 1 hit point, which he'll recover from the night's sleep. Because he will sleep all right. He will sleep soundly and snoringly.
And then Katherina will leave and unlock his door.
Cool. Good stuff. All right. Next morning, the morning comes, and there's, let's see, who will be the lucky person? I will roll to see whose door they knock on. Medina. There's a loud banging on your door. Somebody's knocking louder. You speak Czech?
Yes, I think I do. Let me just check.
Open the door. City of Prague tax collectors.
Yeah, I do. What?
Tax collectors. Open the doors. We're here to collect the tax.
Yeah, I I get up and slowly, but eventually get to the door and open it.
Yep, and there's 3 men standing in like armor
What the
with
fuck?
with large spiked clubs hanging at their sides. And yeah, he's got the city seal. He holds up a scroll, which dignifies him as a city of Prague tax collector on behalf of whoever would be the ruler of Bohemia at this point in time. I guess it'd actually be an imperial tax collector. So who was the emperor? Whatever. It's got the emperor's name on it, the Holy Roman Emperor. And yep, you need to collect your tax on the purchase of these rooms. Been told you purchased 2 weeks stay by the innkeeper. His books show that you paid for this room. Let me see how much it was. Lodging. Yeah. You paid 350 silver for this room. Therefore, what would be the tax? You know what? It's the fucking Holy Roman Emperor. You owe us 35 silver in tax, payable immediately. He holds out his hand.
Oh god. I just hand it. I'm too hungover to.
Do you have 35 silver?
Yeah, I do have 35 silver. Yeah.
No, take it off your character sheet. Takes it, says thank you, and moves over to Katherina's door and does the same. It's going to happen to all 4 of you. All 4 of you are going to be hit by tax collectors for 35 silver apiece.
If Katherina has strange men knocking at her door, she will ask if she can meet them downstairs. She doesn't want to open her door to a few strange men, especially since that French guy was hitting on her all night.
Roll your charisma.
Rolled a 5, and my charisma is a 7.
Okay. Very well. We will wait for you downstairs. Rinse and repeat for Antonio and Cole as well. 35 silver for city tax.
Ooh.
On
I
behalf
tell
of
him
the
to see
Emperor.
my accountant next door.
Do you?
Yeah.
Let me just double check here. Yep. Okay. Yep. You are before. Okay. Antonio, they hit you for 70 silver. Apologies, not 35. Said you're paying for the gentleman next door as well?
Please elaborate on this. How is it that I am paying the tax when it is the innkeeper who sold the goods?
The innkeeper did not charge you appropriately. He should have charged you additionally for the tax. Therefore, we are collecting the tax from you directly.
I see. And is he going to be punished for this?
Should we hang him? I don't know. His daughter's kind of hot. Yeah, we should hang him. We'll take it under consideration.
I see. Well, one moment then. And fine. All right, that's what I needed to open up. The loot sheet. Hey, look, it's right at the top. Awesome. How much is it? 70, you said?
35 for Cole next door.
How many silver for a gold piece?
Oh, 50. 50 silver is 1 gold, so maybe
Okay.
a gold and 20 silver.
I give him 2 gold. And I say, thank you for the work, gentlemen. Fine job, fine job.
He starts
And
counting up change. He gives you 30 silver change.
Very good. I was about to say, just keep it, but they could just use that as an excuse to say trying to bribe the guard and then knock my head in and take all the money. So no, I'll take that.
They leave.
All right.
Having been sufficiently paid, they leave with a stern warning to the innkeeper.
Oh, they don't bother Katherina again? Okay, that's good. They don't bother Katherina again?
Oh, they do when you come downstairs.
Okay, yeah.
They wait for you.
So she'll come down, and she has like on her cleric outfit. So if they say, she'll say, "Oh well, I'm a cleric of the Lord." Does that mean nothing to you? Surely your emperor would not text a servant of Christ.
Ooh. I don't know if they had exemption for churches and tax back then, but give me a charisma
For
roll.
the trial.
We'll make
Another
the
charisma
dice
roll?
decide. Yep. Roll a 7 or lower, and they'll buy it. They'll let you go.
Oh, another 5.
All right. Yeah, they well, my apologies. A blessing before we go, please, if you would be so kind.
Uh,
You'd be
she will.
surprised at the violence we're met with frequently by the denizens of this city.
And she will say a prayer for them. Actually, can I roll to see if I know Latin? Because if so, I'll do a Latin prayer.
You're a Catholic cleric. I would say you know at least Latin as far as the Bible goes. Yeah. You
Okay.
don't have to roll for that.
Okay. So yeah,
You
she'll.
might not know Latin perfectly, but as far as church stuff goes, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. So she'll do a Latin prayer for them.
You were Catholic, right? Yeah, you're Catholic. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep, no problem. They're very grateful, and they even tip their shitty little caps to you as they leave. Leather caps. All right. Cool.
She'll curtsy and nod.
Very well done. So, it is the morning of, that was City Encounter done, the morning of July 28th. Yeah. I tell you what, let's take a real quick bio break. I have to use the restroom. And I'll be back in a couple minutes and we'll resume. Think about what you want to do with this day.
Someone is not very happy with our innkeeper.
Yeah. Oh. I'm glad that worked because 3 silver.
I have a lot of apologizing to do.
Dang, I'm going to go hit the bathroom now that he's talking about it. I know it's going to be a problem.
I was away. Did something happen with Ian?
He got tossed into his bed, and then Katherina did a cure light wounds on him, and then in the morning he got taxed. We all got taxed.
I was asking about Ian because I don't see his picture on here.
Oh, he went. We're on restroom break.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he did a bio break. Okay.
Hey, I wasn't interrupting you earlier. When we were doing the Medina thing. The way you're sitting, Medina, now it looks like the duck is just on your shoulder.
Wait a minute. No. Now I'm trying to get it. There we go.
So close.
I just had it on my head.
Return.
I keep wanting to move the opposite direction.
You got it.
There we go.
There you go. Now it's like peeking over your shoulder.
Now it's the magical flying duck.
Okay.
After the guards leave, would Katherina have time to go do her prayers?
Yeah. How long do you have to pray for? What's your highest level? Preparing.
I would like to prepare a cure disease and a cure light wounds. Or no, wait,
What's the highest level of those?
it works different for clerics, though, the way their prayers work. Level 3.
Okay, so you have to pray for 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Do you have breakfast first and then pray, or do you pray first and then come back for late breakfast?
She'll pray first and come back for breakfast.
Okay, no problem. So, what's the plan for July 28th, you guys?
I want to apologize to the innkeeper.
Really?
Actually, first of all, let's just check something here. Give me let's see, for a drunken binge, we'll call that a just for shits and giggles. No, I was gonna call it a breath weapon save, but no, we'll call it let's call it a magic save, a spell save. Sorry.
Okay. I rolled a 20.
Okay, you remember everything.
Oh.
Yep, you remember everything.
Oh no.
So you want to apologize to the innkeeper?
I want to apologize to everyone. But I'll start with Andre.
Andre, yes. Okay. Let's see. What's your charisma?
It is 12.
He begrudgingly accepts your apology and says, "Very well, but I still won't be serving you any more drink."
No, that is fine. I do not want any more drinks.
It does not sit well with you. You should consider quitting.
I am gracious for your acceptance of my apology.
I accept only on the condition that you apologize to my daughter as well when she arrives this evening.
Yes, I promise you I will. I am a man of God. I don't know what came over me. Maybe the devil was
He looks
inside.
at you and says, "You are?"
Yes, maybe the devil possessed me last night.
I have heard that the blood is hot in the Latin countries.
I shrug that off because I don't want to. I shrug it off.
Mm-hmm.
And just say thank you, and then I walk off, find the others.
Cool. Yep.
When I get down there, first thing I want to do is shrug and say, nothing better than being awoken by tax collectors demanding money.
Oh, is that what
First
they?
thing in the morning. And I
Is
turn.
Well, they shook me down too. Probably for a lot more than you, I'd say.
Wait, they were tax collectors. I just gave them money because I was not in a good state to deal with them.
Oh, they're tax collectors for sure.
What I found odd, though, was why the customer was the one who had to pay the tax collector.
They shake down everyone, customer or not. If they found you lying in a ditch in the street, they would have shaken you down for whatever you had.
I see.
That is very odd.
Because yes, it is usually the business that pays the tax for sales.
God bless the empire, he spits. And he crosses himself.
Well, I guess I'll let him live for now.
Okay. So, what's your plan? I mean, this actor's not going to find himself.
So the sister is still upstairs in her room doing something?
Yeah, she'll be down in a few hours.
Potions?
Mm-hmm. I take it you didn't have to prepare anything, right? So.
No, I'm not changing anything.
Yep. So she'll be down in a few hours. You know the drill.
You know, as women.
You also know he's a cleric, so.
Well, she's going to be at that for a few hours. Well, I don't know exactly how long she's going to take. I figure it's comparable. I know how long I take. So I think that maybe we perhaps should get out in the city and see what we can find on our own.
All right.
Yes.
She does her business.
Thanks to this awesome article that one of the viewers actually told me about. Found some information about Prague. So, there's over 60,000 people living in the city of Prague, which is a little more than 1.5 square miles. And it is divided into 4 towns and what's known as I think it's Hradčany. which we'll just call it in English, it's the Imperial District. So the Imperial District itself sits at the top of a high crag overlooking the river, which is called the Vltava, I guess, or in German it's called the Moldau River. Of course, the Hradzhany has the Imperial Palace and the Cathedral of St. Vitus. Also has smaller houses belonging to like court figures or rented from court figures at exorbitant rates by those who wish to remain near the emperor. Pretty much nobles and extremely rich people. Also, an interesting fact, the imperial district, being that it is considered imperial land, is not subject to the same laws as the rest of Bohemia, which makes it attractive to entrepreneurs. So there's a lot of businesses up there as well, if they can afford the exorbitant rent fees, for the property and stuff. So below that, then there's a narrow set of stairs that come down from the imperial district to what's known as Little Town, or sometimes Lesser Town, which is where artisans, printers, bookbinders, and courtiers who cannot afford richer quarters live. Particularly stonemasons, bricklayers, artists of Italian Lane. That's also, I'm gonna say, that's where the theater district is. It's probably real close to Italian Lane as well. Makes sense to be in that section. Let's see, what else can I tell you? There's a little bit more information about the specifics, but that's not too important. Then there's Old Town, north of Little Town, which is where the rich burghers and townsmen, Czech and German, live. So not the ultra rich, but just the wealthy, we'll call them. Yeah, there's the Saletna Street, which runs from Old Town Square to the Old Town Gate on the city's east wall, which is by day a bustling thoroughfare. And by night, it's rumored to be haunted. Let's see. There's also the university, which is called the Carolinum, named after the Emperor Charles IV. That's also in the eastern portion of Old Town. North of Old Town, then, is the Jewish quarter, which holds thousands of families in a narrow walled ghetto between Old Town Square and the curve of the river. In addition to numerous synagogues and kosher butchers, many of the city's Christian criminals, especially brothels, gaming houses, and illicit taverns, do business in this unpoliced ghetto. And then, kind of opposite of that, from on the other side of Old Town, says from the Jewish quarter, there is Newtown, which sprawls away to the south. So I'm guessing, did it say Old Town is north of Little Town or Lesser Town? Oh, it doesn't. I'm sorry. Okay, so I guess Lesser Town is right by the river, just kind of below the Imperial District, if you will. And then east of that is where Old Town is. North of that is the Jewish quarter, and south of that is Newtown. That's what I will say. I couldn't find a decent map. So Newtown, I was just starting to describe, is the market district, still occupied by tradesmen such as blacksmiths, wheelwrights, and brewers. There's a hay market on the northeast side. There's a cattle market on the south side, a horse market between the two, which tends to define the local geography of Newtown more so than the parish churches. There's fancier shops, Italian luxury merchants, counting houses, etc. in the Golden Cross district of Newtown, where the horse market abuts Princess Street along the south edge of Old Town. And along the river, there are docks where raftsmen, fishermen, loggers, and tanners work and live amongst enormous piles of raw timber. There are also many gardens and vineyards throughout Newtown, which provide food and calm to the hardworking inhabitants, etc. So that's just to give you an idea of the geography. I know I didn't have that article last week, so I didn't mention that, but that is an article from Dragon Magazine, which is written by Kenneth Haidt, who I believe is of Delta Green fame, if I'm thinking of the right guy. Yeah, he's got to be. It's got to be the same Kenneth Haidt. So anyway, there you go. Some little information on Prague. Now, so what part of the city do you want to go to, Antonio? what's your plan of attack, so to speak?
So, if I'm not mistaken, someone who's read this play, it compels them to spread it. There's like some, because he says it's like a disease.
I don't remember. Did you Van Ooms tell you that much?
I don't know if he said that much.
I don't think he did. I think he said you must stop it from being performed.
Stop it from being performed at all costs.
Stop it from being spread.
From being spread? Well, I'm not stupid. So.
No,
I'm wondering if this guy's might even just like get up somewhere and like start performing it on a street corner somewhere, like some hawker.
You might try recruit new actors.
That's my biggest guess. Is he's going to try and recruit more actors.
That last week too. He was checking to see if there was any calls for auditions. We didn't find anything on it.
Antonio, I must say I am sorry for my actions. I seem to have relapsed from my alcoholism a few years ago.
It happens. No worries. We all let go one every now and then.
It doesn't usually. I don't know what came over me.
Well, this is our first warm stay anywhere in weeks. You relaxed? Maybe too much?
A little bit too much.
It happens. No worries.
Wouldn't this actor immediately be going to the producer of this play or the person that's going to put it on and allow them to put it on? Because that would seem like it'd be his first thing, is to introduce himself and let him know that he's here. And
you would think, and he would be here with no money, no means of staying anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless he hid something.
Maybe he's hiding with the someone from the theater they were meant to perform or something.
He did run out of the place in his bedclothes, basically, with just a sword.
Now, is he a native of this area, or is he from somewhere else?
I think they're German.
German, okay.
Or from the Holy Roman Empire.
They would be German of from the Holy Roman Empire, but they're still German. I think the term German reaches back to the old pagan tribes, right?
Right. Germanics.
The barbarians, even before the Romans' time, they were called the Germanics or the Germans. I don't know.
It wouldn't be surprising if he had friends here. Or people he knew, at least. Not necessarily friends, but...
I don't know if they would have known anybody here. But perhaps I don't know how I'd find that information out. Well, I kind of know how I could, but I wouldn't do it.
He was just one of the actors. He wasn't the main guy of the troupe. Correct?
No, he was not the head of the troupe. Well, he's the head of the troupe now.
Yeah, his troupe of one.
Maybe.
So maybe he did. Does he? I wonder if he even knows who he's supposed to go see in the city.
I would imagine so.
Maybe if we're lucky, he's not even going to do the play. He's just given up.
Well, yeah, I don't think our luck is that great.
You never know. God might be on our side.
We can't count on our luck. We've had some bad luck in the past. So.
And I can't, in good faith, go back to my employer and say, well, we think he didn't make it. He might have died by the side of the road. Who knows?
That is true. That's very true indeed.
We're missing something. There's something we're just overlooking as a way to find him. And I'm having my brain on it and can't figure it out.
Well, it's like... It will be like a needle in a haystack, trying to find him here.
In fairness, it would be worse than a needle in a haystack because you really don't even know that he's come to Prague at all.
No.
Right.
You have no evidence so far that he has come to Prague.
He could be in a little
The only
village.
thing you have is that you just know that was originally where they were going to go to perform the show.
He could be in a village. He could be in another town. He could be anywhere. He might not be
in another country.
He could have just gone home or something. We don't know.
He could be dead on the side of the road somewhere.
He could be hanging from a tree. He could be hiding.
He might have been wounded. Maybe he was wounded when Rachel was shooting at him, and later succumbed to his injuries, or was taken by wolves, or who knows? Lots of things that could happen. He could be anywhere.
We don't know any. So, what are we going to do?
But you know that he is supposed to perform a show at the Apex Theater by the 5th of August. So, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense for you to be looking for him here. I'm just saying, just kind of, driving home the I guess the odds here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wonder. Did you enjoy that play last night?
It was amazing.
Ah,
The most incredible I've ever seen.
the ones I've seen are usually terrible. So if it's been good, I'm ashamed that I missed it.
Cole gets his hanky out and starts wiping his eyes a little bit.
Yes, Cole was quite taken with it.
Oh, I am jealous now. But I have not been to this Apex Theater, so maybe I would definitely like to check it out if that's where he was meant to be. Well, where the troop was meant to be going. If you would care to join me. I don't know where I'm going. You guys know where it is.
Boy, I have an idea of how I might be able to find this guy. But
Do you?
I do.
Oh, God.
An arcane method, perhaps?
Indeed. It would be
Oh.
dangerous, though.
Is it the devil? Is it devil's work?
Well, I'm not talking about this. This is out of character.
Yeah, I know.
I'm thinking I could possibly summon something to find him. I have it's +1, so the circle is you get 500 for every 500 silver pieces and materials. You get a +1 to your roll. I have 30 gold pieces that I can use to purchase materials. And then for every 2 hit dice of sacrifice, I get a +1. But what does that mean? Like a sacrifice?
Well, like a mastiff, we know from character experience. In fact, there is one in Katherina's room.
Yeah, I wouldn't use her dog,
though. That's 2 hit dice.
Got it. So we could.
I think a horse, if I recall correctly, was 4 hit dice.
Okay.
I want to say 4 hit dice. Actually, I think there's a guideline in the referee's guide. I'll look at that while you continue talking about summon.
So I can make a 1,500 silver piece worth of material circle. That would be +3. Sacrifice a horse. There'll be another +4. Oh no, +2.
+1, yeah.
And then it's +1 per level, and I'm level 6. So that would be. Oh, my brain just failed me. 11 point +11 to the roll. And we would get to try and summon something that could potentially just end the game right now.
Yeah, a horse would be about 4 hit dice.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to do it today.
Actually, if I'm looking at this right, I might have overestimated the hit dice for the Mastiff.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not just do it?
It should probably only be 1 hit die, but I guess because it was trained for
Yeah, no,
war, I gave it an extra.
I wouldn't use her dog. That would be just mean. I'm not mean.
I know. I am, though. That's why I suggest it.
Well, it would have crossed my mind. It did cross my mind. Oh, there's a dog upstairs. But is it really worthy?
I mean, technically, like Cole has 6 hit dice.
Right.
That's a +3.
Mm-hmm.
Sacrifice Cole. And the fact that he's been your friend for so long, I might even give you an extra die.
Right. But again,
just for the sheer horror of it.
Right. The other option would be to
You're a terrible person. Here's a bonus.
kidnap a couple of Catholic priests and sacrifice them.
Well, yeah, you could do that. Of course, if you
Mhm.
get caught, there's ramifications.
Of course, and I can't really do that on my own, and I'm not going to enlist my companion's aids in such an
You
endeavor.
could just like get a bunch of orphans. They're like a hit die a piece.
Right. That's
Medina would not approve.
No.
He wouldn't approve of any of this.
Like if you perform the spell over, the ashes of or in front of a burning orphanage, like 20 kids. It's
Right in the middle, right out in the open, and drawing massive summoning circle right out in the street. Yeah, I mean, no.
Trust me, man. Summon is not in any way subtle.
No, that's
So-
why. Yeah, that would be something I'd have to do on my own.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't want to do it in the city either, I'm guessing.
Exactly. So it would be like get a horse, go get the materials, ride
maybe
that
you do.
horse out
There
in
are
the street.
sewers.
That's true.
Excuse me. Sorry.
So I'm really considering doing this, actually.
Out of character? Why not?
Exactly. I mean, I've wanted to cast. I would have to. So today I might. Okay, so today I would have to gather the materials. I'd have to study the spell. It's a level 1 spell, which is just crazy.
Which means you need to cast a spell to clear up the spell.
Right. Which would not be hard. I could just, cast sleep on nothing.
However, Medina would not approve.
No,
Medina
and
would
I
not
would not let you know I'm doing it because I don't trust you with the knowledge that I have all this magic.
Yeah,
I
I'd probably
think
try to kill you.
Cole knows your situation, so he would be
Right. But would I want to let you know that I'm going to try and summon some kind of creature from hell?
Yeah, that's up to you. But I mean,
Yeah.
he would. I don't think he would go in to where you're doing it, but he may guard the place that you're in, to keep somebody out of it.
Yeah, I would. If I'm going to do it, though, I'm going to do it on my own so that I don't risk anyone else, just in case. But I'm going to do it. Fuck it. Okay, so gentlemen, I'm going to say I have an idea, but there's things I will need to prepare first. So I suggest that you put your best mind to this problem and see if you can find our wayward actor.
Well, I would like to go to the theater.
Of course.
Okay.
Cole knows the way. And
Yes.
I have some shopping to do.
Okay. So you guys are going to split the party, which is no
Mhm.
problem. Antonio and Cole are
You
going to
really
go
need to
to...
see this play. This play, it was the most moving thing I've ever seen in my life. It just
And you have been invited back for free.
Yes. On our walk there, Cole, tell me all about it.
But we must make sure we have enough hankies. You know what I mean?
Katherina was invited back for free.
True.
And,
Katherina and her friends.
and that was in French, so I don't think Medina actually knows that.
That's a good point.
If Cole just mentioned it, then I would.
I mean, I don't think Cole would know. Does Cole know French? I can't
Probably
remember.
not. No. I don't think so. Cole, do you speak French? Have you rolled for it?
Yeah, I rolled for it and I don't. Remember, he's
Okay.
stupid. He only
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
So yeah, nobody knows about the free ticket,
Yeah.
but he knows.
Okay.
He's like he said. He did say though, you got to see this play. So it's only a silver piece for a ticket, you cheap bastards. Anyway, so
we're players, so we can't do that.
I know. Okay, so Cole and Medina head off towards the towards old Little Town to go to the theater district. Antonio goes off shopping and prepping for arcane horror to come. And so when Katherina finally gets done praying, you come downstairs for your breakfast. It's late morning by that point in time, probably after 10. And yeah, you don't see any of your party members around. They've all wandered off,
Okay.
which is fine, I imagine, because I'm guessing you probably wanted to do something on your own anyway. But
Yep. A few things I want to do on my own. Let's see. I currently have a total of 9 silver.
okay, breakfast will cost a silver.
5 silver. I have 5 silver. Shit.
4 silver after breakfast.
It costs 4 silver for the breakfast?
No, 1 silver for breakfast. I'm assuming you just have a cheap breakfast. You're not gonna have like a full.
Yeah, exactly.
You're really cash poor, huh?
Oh yeah. Let's see. Katherina. Well, let's see. There's something I want to do anyway. But Katherina will ask if there's any leftover breakfast, like it's late breakfast and everything. So she would ask um, the man in charge. She'll tell them that there's a sick family she's going to go see, and if he wouldn't mind any breakfast that's left over, if he would please donate, and she would say a blessing to his business for that. I mean, he seems to have a religious establishment with the Trinity Cross thing.
Yeah, he'll give you some probably like some semi-stale bread and slightly moldy cheese.
Okay, that'll be probably better than what they're used to having.
Some milk that's beginning to sour.
Okay, so she'll take that. She will say a blessing over him and his, if she's there, his daughter. If not, just over him.
Oh, she's not there. No, she won't be. She won't be until at least afternoon.
Okay.
Afternoon or evening.
And the first place that Katherina is going to go, she's going to head out for the church that she visited yesterday, actually.
Okay.
She would like
when you get there.
To the same nun that she spoke to yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd like to tell them basically that she visited the family yesterday. That from what she's seen, the Lord is going to work His power in that family. She'll tell them, that, and she will ask if the church would be willing to donate food to that family.
Roll a d20 for me.
Okay. I rolled a 9.
What's your lowest statistic?
7,
right? Your charisma.
7, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, of course. They'd probably have some kind of offering. Something they could offer.
Okay.
Food wise. It's not a lot, but you tell her like it's a mother and 3 children, right? So, yeah. Probably some bread. It's probably better than the bread you got from the innkeeper, actually.
Okay, good. So then she'll take all that and she will head to see this family now.
Okay, when you get to, again, that's in Little Town as well. When you get to their like kind of hovel or whatever you want to call it, their little shack that they lived in, there are 2 Imperial guards standing outside of it, wearing chain armor and armed with swords and holding crossbows, and looking quite mean and stern. And yeah, you can also tell that the house has some damage. It looks like there was a fire. It's not burnt down completely, but you can see the char and
Okay, she'll approach the guards, trying not to assume the worst, and ask what happened here.
What did you say? Try to what the doors?
I said she will approach the guards, trying to assume the worst.
Oh, trying to assume the worst. That's what I didn't understand. Okay, yeah. They say unruly citizens last night. There was a murder committed. The matron of the house was killed and set aflame. The children we managed to evacuate, and we managed to capture the arsonist when he returned to the house to collect the ashes.
Okay.
Apparently, there's some kind of a witch running around that has cursed this family. At least that's what he says.
Yeah, the Katherina would be like visibly upset, like she is like that righteous anger within her is just burning.
The fellow we arrested was quite mad with fervor. He claimed that the mother was a vampire, and that he needed to collect the ashes of her body to feed to her children to cure them of the disease. He also said that some false prophet had come here during the night or the previous day, committing blasphemies or some such.
Oh, I see.
A foreign woman, he said, who disguises herself as a woman of God.
Well, where
You're a foreign woman who disguises herself, or who is dressed like a woman of God, right, Katherina?
I am a foreign woman that is disguised as a woman. Not
He's
disguised.
he's now eyeing you suspiciously.
Okay. Well, I did come to visit the family yesterday. I was hoping to bring them provisions today. She will show her sack of food that she has collected.
You visited the family yesterday?
I did. And I am a woman of God. No, though this is no disguise.
So then you were the one that this arson was speaking of.
I'm sure it was, though I committed no blasphemies on this land. Or any other.
That will be for the magistrate to determine. You are under arrest.
No. You will not lay a hand on the servant of God.
I am a member of the Imperial Guard. Do not try to resist. And he reaches, he lowers his crossbow and he puts one hand on his sword hilt.
Katherina will back up and she will begin to chant in the name of God and cast heat metal.
You're going to cast magic?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Cool. So as you do that, both of them draw their swords. And yeah,
I didn't say it. I meant to, but since I didn't say it, I guess my dog's not here. I was going to say my dog's here, but I didn't say it, so forget it.
Ah. Bad guys are on 7, which is just 6, but
it's a D6, right?
D6 plus your dex modifier.
I rolled a 6.
Okay, so we go simultaneously. So they will attack at the same time as you cast heat metal. What's your armor class?
I'm wearing leather armor, so 14.
Okay.
Would I be wearing leather armor until then? I guess I would. I mean, I'm going to roll for it.
Probably. I think you would. I think you'd be wearing your armor.
Okay.
Leather, too. It's not like it's hard to put on or take.
Yeah.
It's not like it's super uncomfortable. One of them hits you for 5 points damage. The other one misses. Now, your spell goes off simultaneously, so it's not going to interrupt.
All right.
I think. Or do spell effects not happen until the following round? Casting spells.
I can't remember this version. I know there's one version that if you get hit while casting a spell, your spell doesn't go off. I don't know if that's this game.
Spells are cast by blah 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 blah. Must use a holy symbol, clutch a holy symbol and chant freely. Casting it cannot be done secretly. Blah blah blah. It's done obviously. It doesn't say anything here about it being interrupted. Maybe it's only for magic users that can be interrupted. Let me check real quick on the magic user section, see if that says anything real quick. It also doesn't say that there. I don't know where that.
It might be a different.
I just wish things were all put in one section.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I'm gonna say the spell goes off. I'm just gonna do a house rule for the moment. So yeah, your spell goes off. Heat metal. What's the effect? Obviously, I know it heats up their chain armor and their swords. But...
Yeah, I think it doesn't do anything on the first round. I need to make sure.
We're looking up here. Heat metal. Round 1, the temperature is warm, no damage. So next round, it will be warm. It targets one opponent. So which one did you target? The one on the left.
It's only one?
Yep, it says one opponent.
Oh, huh. I thought it could. Oh, no. Huh, I guess I should have read that better. Whichever one was reaching for her.
That was the first one. We'll say it's on the left. So And that's also the one that struck you with his sword. The other one missed. So it's next round. Roll initiative. People are now screaming and moving away because there's a fight going on in the streets. They see, I suppose it looks to them like two members of the Imperial Guard are attacking a cleric, attacking a female, cleric. What'd you get on initiative? Bad guys on 4.
3.
Okay, they go first. So that guy hits again for 3. It took 5 last round, 3 this round from him. Second guy misses. Even worse this time than the first time. He's like Tweedledum, apparently. Whoop, clumsy. He's like, are we really doing this? We're attacking a woman of God? And the other one saying, yes, we're attacking her. She has resisted arrest and has been accused of heresy.
Good for her.
So, on the first round, the spell was warm. So this is the second round. So it's now hot, and he takes D4 damage. He takes 4 points of damage. Okay. He's still not down, but he is hurt. The next round, it will be doing even more damage. So, round 3, and roll initiative again. Oh, no, you haven't acted yet. Sorry, it's your action.
Yeah. So she will chant again, and she will call down protection from her god upon herself. She will cast Sanctuary upon herself. So any creature attempting to attack the subject must make a saving throw versus magic, or they're not permitted to attack. And it lasts for 2 rounds per level. So
This is protection?
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Protection from evil or whatever?
Sanctuary. No, it's sanctuary. Yeah.
Cool.
Any creature that's attempting to attack me, they have to first make a save versus
magic.
And if they fail, they can't attack me. They don't. They lose a turn. They can still attack, but they have to choose another target.
That's a really cool spell. And it ends immediately if you make any violent or offensive action against them. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. So now it's the next round. Roll initiative. Back guys are on 2. They're getting worse at this initiative thing.
6.
6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're first.
Katherina say, may the flames of the Lord teach you a lesson, and then she'll just start walking away.
Okay. Awesome. So they have to make saving throws to attack you. The first guy fails his saving throw and takes 5 more points of damage, and he goes down screaming as his armor is now scorching his skin, and he's struggling to try to take it off. And of course, it takes 10 minutes to take off armor, so he's not going to be able to do so. He drops his sword, and he's now laying around on the ground in pain, and he'll be dead soon. The other guard fails his saving throw and is just following you, holding his sword, like, in the name of the Emperor, you must surrender yourself. You stand accused of heresy and must face the magistrate. But he can't swing at you because he's failing against your sanctuary spell.
Katherina will look at this man. I mean, obviously he's afraid. He seems to be a holy man. She'll say, you seem to be a holy man. You see what my Lord has done to, he who serves man rather than God. Do you wish to join him?
The people that are standing around watching, the crowd that are terrified, are now shouting out, she's a witch. Did you see? She cast a spell that has burned that Imperial Guard. And they're all moving even further away, and they're all screaming, witch, witch, and calling for more guards.
Okay. She's going to continue to walk away. Like, she'll say that to him, but she'll continue to walk away.
That's 2 rounds per level, you said, yeah?
Mm-hmm. 12 rounds.
Are you just going to keep walking with him, continually following you, or are you going to try to get away from him?
Well, I mean, like you said that to him, so I guess
he's still coming. He's
trying to do like
charisma. Let me roll morale. Actually, let me do a morale check, because he might just panic and flee. He does. I rolled really poorly, so yeah, he does panic and flee.
Okay, awesome. So Katherina will try and get out of there now.
Okay. So you run away. Yeah. What do you want to do to try to hide? Because now, like, people are screaming for the guards and accusing you of being a witch, and you hear other guards coming, like running around. Where is she? Where is it? and you hear the screams of the other guard whose armor you basically heated with your spell stop as he expires.
Katerina will. I mean, like, are there alleys around that she could kind of like duck into to try and like,
Absolutely, yeah. You're in the slump.
quickly get away? So that's what she'll do. She'll duck into some alleyways and try.
People are actually trying to get away from you and not pursuing you. So yeah, you have no problem like ditching people and ducking into an alley somewhere.
Yeah, so that's what she'll do. I mean, she'll trust that the Lord is gonna, send her the correct way to get away from the guards and everything.
Okay, cool. Now, Antonio Di Valenti, what were you trying to purchase first?
Okay, so the first thing I want to do is find a jewel crafter.
Okay, cool. That would be something you'd probably look for in either Old Town or even maybe in the Imperial District.
Yes, because I want them to appraise one of these mimic stones that I have.
Ah, okay. Excuse me. Yes, how much were they worth? I said 250 silver pieces apiece.
Is that it? Oh, okay.
I think so, isn't it? Did you not write it down, the value?
I never wrote it down because I didn't think you ever had said it previously.
I might not have said. I'm not sure. I will look it up to be sure.
Because none of us are jewel crafters, so we wouldn't have known off the top.
No, that's
of our
fair.
heads.
That's totally fair. I will look it up here. The actual official name of the creatures is changelings, but mimics is the term that Father Naylor used.
Oh, right.
But so that's the only name you would know as well. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
According to the book, it's listed as changeling, and the jewel in place of their heart. They're worth 500 silver pieces. So he says, "Oh, this is very valuable indeed."
I see.
I would give you 10 gold coins for this.
That is quite a tempting offer. Let me bring it to my employer then and see how they feel about such a deal.
Indeed. If you have any more as well, I will take those too. Very precious, very unique. I've never seen its like before.
He said 10 gold coins for one of them?
Mm-hmm. Yep, 500 silver. And you have 4? Right?
I have 6.
Oh, you have 6. Yeah, that's right. Ooh.
I have 6 of them. I thank you for your service. I will be sure if my employer agrees to selling of them, then I will be back. You can rest assured. But on good faith, perhaps I can sell one of them to you now.
Very well. And he reaches down, pulls out a lockbox, and pulls out a key and turns it, opens it up, and you see gold coins in there. He counts out 10 of them and hands it over to you.
Excellent. So now I have 40 gold coins. And all right. So the next thing I do is I go and find a mortar and pestle.
Okay. Just want to buy a mortar and pestle?
Right. Just in case.
Sure. That would see. I actually thought mortar and pestle was in here for some reason. I'll just say probably cost about a silver.
Excellent.
That sounds fair. Okay. 1 silver piece for mortar and pestle.
All right. Now, I need...
It might be less, but you get a nice one.
Okay.
You don't want to be chintzy with your mortar and pestle.
Right. So, I go to another jeweler.
Mm-hmm. In the same district, or do you go to another district?
So there
would also be probably lots of jewelers in the Jewish quarter.
Indeed. What I'm looking for is silver wire. Something that can be used to, make circles and whatnot in the ground.
Silver wire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so you'd need some kind of a craftsman for that.
Right.
So not just a jewel seller, but like an actual jeweler.
Right.
High with really good skill.
Right. So I will go to. I'll go to the Imperial District for that.
Okay. What was your low stat, by the way?
10.
Cool. You find it. You go to a couple of different shops. Since you're in the Imperial District, you don't hear all the commotion going on in Littletown,
Okay.
as Katherina is fleeing from the guards. Although maybe the others will, because they're in Littletown as well, going to the theater district. But we'll come to them after this. You do eventually find, after a couple of hours of searching, it's by this point in time it's like midday.
Mhm.
You will find. It'll be about the same time as Katharina's shenanigans in the little town. Yeah, you find a jeweler who says, "I actually have some that I've been working on, at, recently. How much do you require? What length?"
My employer is a well-known craftsman of woodworking, and he has the idea to use silver wire as an inlay, something, of course, flexible and beautiful, but not overly expensive like a gold would, as you understand, for an inlay.
Of course.
It is
Frankly, I find that silver looks better than gold in certain circumstances.
as do I.
What length do you require?
He is making a frame for a portrait of a patron of his who is an artist. It is an ovoid frame, about 3 feet in diameter.
Circumference of a circle. Let's see. Radius value would be 1.5 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be 9.42 feet.
So let's say 10 feet.
Okay, what, 10 feet? Sure. So that's 10 feet is 120 inches. Okay. Gotcha. Yes. Yes, I can arrange that for you. It would cost you 240 silver pieces.
Would it be possible to get 20 feet just in case?
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
480 silver pieces.
All right. Excellent. So I will give him. Hold on here. So that's 5 gold coins. I'll give him 6 gold coins, which would give me 30 silver.
5 gold coins would be 250 silver. That'd buy you 10 feet.
Right. Oh, right. So 10 gold coins.
And he'll return 20 silver to you.
Excellent.
Plus the 20 foot of this really fine silver wire.
Perfect. So that's 163 silver pieces. I'm just going to put it in the hole in the group right now. It's not actually all together, but it will be. All right. So that is... So hold on. That was...
You've cleaned me out of silver wire. It took me a long time to make that, but, well, I appreciate your patronage. And he's just counting the money greedily.
And you as well, good sir. Thank you for your fine craftsmanship, and perhaps we shall be patronizing you again.
If you require anything other than silver wire, at least for the next couple of weeks, please look me up again.
I'm trying to think what else I could use to make a circle of stuff he might have. I have 5 of those gems left now.
Yep.
Excellent. It's all coming together in my head now. Okay. Actually, yes. As I said, my employer is a craftsman of wood. I doubt he has all the tools that one would require to manipulate the wire without marring it terribly. And, such as making the cuts and joining. Perhaps you have like a pair of pliers and a cutter of some sort I could use.
He throws those in complimentary. Yes, look, for the amount of money you've spent in my shop today, here, you may take these. This will work for you.
Thank you so much, my good man. We will definitely be patronizing your establishment again, I can assure you.
Absolutely. I guess I should give this guy a name. Maybe it won't matter, but
just in case. Yep.
It's Sladek, SLADEK, Sladek's jewels. Sladek's not jewels. What would it be? Sladek's he's not just a jeweler. He's a jewel maker and a worker of metal. Sladek's Metalworks, fine metalworks. Yes, that makes more sense.
All right.
SL, and that's actually A with an accent. Yes, DEK, fine metalworks
Excellent. Putting that on the.
in the Imperial District.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm just putting it on the notes.
Sweet.
Just in case you do come back to it again. Or
Right.
probably not. You know, you guys are probably going to be leaving Prague before the
Mm-hmm.
before the next 24 hours pass.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
who knows?
The next thing I will do. Okay, so that was 10. It was 10 gold pieces worth of silver, right?
Correct. Yes.
So that's
That
500.
was the 10 that you got for the one jewel, and you got 20 silver in return in coin for the change.
Right. So that's 500 silver pieces worth of materials. Plus, I have the 5 gems, which is another 100 each. You said 100 silver? No,
No,
5. They're
gold coins.
500 each. So that's
100 silver each. Yes.
So that's another 500 silver per gem, right? So that's 1,500. So that's 2,000 silver.
You have 5 gems.
I have 5
That'd
gems.
be 2,500 silver.
2,500 silver. Okay.
Mhm.
Excellent. So that's 5. That's a plus 5. Actually, I have all the materials I need right now for this. Okay. Excellent. Cool.
Okay.
I
What I
will,
would recommend, if you have everything you need,
Mhm.
is start writing down in the notes section, like on the current day's notes, just what preparation you're setting up, so that it's there for reference after I get done with the other guys.
Okay. Let me bring that up here.
Well, I guess it's going to be the next day before you cast a spell anyway, but just to be good to have it written down.
Right. Okay.
Just write it at the bottom.
Excellent. I just got to bring the link up again because I forgot it. Here it is.
Oh, you got it?
I got it. Yeah.
Cool. Good.
Okay, good. Make sure I can write it down. Okay, so all right. So after that, I would go and purchase 2 horses.
2 horses.
Mm-hmm.
Riding horses, I presume.
Yeah. They don't need to be in
riding
spectacular shape, so long as they are healthy enough to be worthy sacrifices.
They will be 200 silver pieces apiece. Or sorry, 100 silver pieces apiece, so 200 silver pieces total.
Okay, excellent. So
Wizarding is expensive.
yes, you said there are 100 silver pieces each. You said.
Yes.
All right, so that's another 4 gold.
Correct. Okay.
All right. I'll go make my preps then, and I will.
Right. So back to Cole and Medina. You guys were going off to the theater district. So I guess, Cole, you lead him to the Apex Theater where you saw the show last night. Yeah.
Yeah,
where
and
you
on
wanted
the
to go,
way, I'm
Medina?
very enthusiastic with him about, oh, you've got to see this. I mean, that part in the first part where they did this, and just like really enthusiastic. Yeah.
Well, how much is it? I would have to. I've definitely got to pay to see this.
Tickets were 1 silver each.
That is very cheap.
Ooh, I forgot to get any money from my accountant. You happen to have a silver, and I can pay you back?
Yes,
Well,
of course I do.
This is like before lunchtime, so the ticket office doesn't even open until the evening.
Oh, okay.
It
Oh,
will be fine. But I have money.
Yeah, I forgot to bring any with me when we left, and so anyway.
Cole's just the guy that's always walking around like, oh man, I forgot my wallet at home. Yeah, money in it.
Right. This is the first time he's done it.
I left my wallet in Antonio's pocket. Do you have any cash?
Yeah.
Yes, as long as you pay me back, it never gets paid back.
So now, had to fix my chair. The leg was coming, or table table leg was getting loose. Now, so yeah, what do you do when you get there? You see the theater. I don't suppose I wrote the description of the theater in the notes. I probably did not, but it was, as I recall, it's a wooden structure. Not like a great structure, but a decent one.
Yeah.
Relatively recent make. I mean, these guys are not the wealthiest people in town, but at the same time, I mean, they're charging a silver piece per audience member per night, so they make enough money to keep the building up. It's like a medium-sized kind of theater. I never really did say how many people could sit inside. I don't think, did I? What did I write in the notes? No, just the name of it and the name of the manager. Probably seats. Merrick, what do you think? Like at the time period, a medium-sized theater,
Capacity-wise?
yeah, a couple hundred people, 200 people.
I'd say like at maybe
Post Shakespeare, but not by much.
maybe like in like a town like this, I would say maybe like 250 people. That would
Okay,
be rather
good.
large, between 150 to 250.
We'll go with 200.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
200 people capacity. Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, and you can see the playbills, and you see the playbill for the ongoing show, of course, which is Gods and Traitors. Traitors with a T, not traitors. And it's an English play, Gods and Traitors. Yeah, it's about some kind of you know what it's about? It's about a Christian man, an English Christian, who betrays his country and his people after being essentially kidnapped by Viking raiders. And he essentially becomes one of them and falls in love with a Viking woman and has Viking children and converts to their heathen religion, etc. Sure, why not? Gods and Traitors. I'm just making this shit up.
I just go in. If it's open, I will go in.
It's not open. No, there's a big, huge guy, like 6.5 feet tall, maybe almost 300 pounds, bald head, wearing kind of like leather and with a big spiked club. He looks similar to the tax collectors, except no official seals or anything of that sort. This guy's much more ruffian looking. You would recognize this guy, Cole, because you saw him the day before. I think I called him Baldy Mick. What did I call him? Yeah, whatever. Baldy. Yeah, he's a big, messy guy who guards the theater during the day.
That's what you called him, or that's what he's called?
That's what I called him because he never told you his name.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I call him Baldy
Mick.
Mick.
And get in trouble. So,
yeah.
What's that? Do I know that? I met the manager, right?
Yes, Medard. You met him yesterday.
Okay. I'll ask him. I say, is Mr. Medard available?
Mr. Medard isn't in yet. Doors open at 6 for ticket sales. It's not even noon yet.
Well,
yeah. Okay.
I wish to speak to the manager.
Come back at 6.
Well, I assume you're not going to tell us where he is, so I guess we have no choice but to come back at 6.
I don't have his address, I'm afraid. Even if I did, I wouldn't give it to you. By the way, what language are you speaking?
What language is he speaking?
You speak Czech?
Yeah, I speak Czech.
Okay, he's speaking Czech.
Okay, cool.
He only speaks Czech and German, so that'd be one of those.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll leave you to it. Cole looks like we'll have to come back later.
Yeah, what was that guy trying to tell me? I didn't understand him. He was speaking some language I didn't understand.
Oh, he was basically just saying that it's not open till 6, and the manager, he doesn't know where he is, and even if he did, he wouldn't tell us, and that we have to come back at 6, basically.
What would you like to do now?
I have not a clue. Do we know where Antonio went?
No.
No.
Do we know where Katherina could be still, I'm assuming, back at the pub?
And you hear a bunch of shouting coming off from down one street. It's kind of distant, but yeah, you hear people screaming and shouting for the guards, and a whole bunch of hubbub going on. It's probably a couple blocks away from where you are.
Well, I don't like the sound of that. Maybe we should go check it out.
Sure.
I have nothing better to do right now.
That's true. Maybe entertaining.
Okay, so you guys
Could
go
be.
rushing off in the direction that people are fleeing from, and you will find a house, kind of small shack of a house. This is more of a residential area, just a couple of blocks away from the theater district. The house showing signs of obvious fire damage. You'd say there was a fire here sometime recently. There is one guardsman in chainmail laying in the street. His armor is glowing red, as is his sword, which is laying a couple of feet away from his outstretched hand, and he's not moving. But you can smell the burning flesh coming from him, and even see like the heat rising off of him. There are a couple of other guards standing there talking to people who they've grabbed by the collar and are getting information. You speak Czech, so you would understand what's being said. They're describing it. It was a witch. She attacked those guards. One of them went after her. They went that way, and they're like, "Describe this witch." And yeah, she gives a description. Katherina, what description do they give her? She describes you. I can see your character image kind of.
I'm gonna say red hair. Is red hair common in France?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily common, but I mean it's not like non-existent.
Let's call it red hair. Like
honestly, I'm pretty sure red hair existed anywhere where there was once inbreeding. So.
Well, there was a lot of that in France at one point. So. Red
hair in Ireland.
Fair skin. She wearing, priestly clothing.
Yeah. Yep. So you would cop onto it pretty quickly, Medina. She's describing Katherina.
I discreetly...
She did that. She's pointing at the dead guard who's still smoldering and smelling. And yeah,
I discreetly translate everything to Cole. So
the burning flesh smell is kind of sickening. The guy's basically cooking in his armor.
I walk up to the guards.
No.
What seems?
Why do you approach the Imperial Guard armed?
I wish to know what happened here. It looks like a very odd situation.
There's a witch loose, apparently. We arrested an arson at this house yesterday. He described, he said that a witch had visited this house and had visited the matron here. We found, when we first came to the house, it was on fire from the inside. Inside, we found the body of a woman who had a stake driven through her heart and had been set afire.
Well, you're just in luck. I am a man of God myself. Maybe I can help find this witch.
Well, good. There will be a reward if you do.
Yes. Thank you. I do not.
Dead or alive will do, but we prefer alive so she can face the magistrate.
Of course. I do not wish any kind
of... The Empire likes to make a public example of all witches, if possible.
Of course. Witchcraft is a sin. Yeah, I kind of eventually back off and repeat everything to Cole, and then search the nearby area? Any back alleys or anything? See if I can
Sure, you
get
start walking around, looking around. Sure. Katherina, what are you doing after you get
Katherina
trucked
would
into
currently be heading back to her hotel. I mean, there's no
trying
reason.
to make your way back to Old
I'm
Town?
imagining, by the way, she probably dropped that food when that guard came after her because she would have needed her hands free and to collect
Sure.
her magic symbol. So
Yep, that would make sense. Okay, you're working your way back to Old Town. Let's see here. Hey, look at that. Yeah, you managed to make your way back without being spotted by anybody who is familiar with your description at this time. So yeah, you make it all the way back to the inn unaccosted, and much to the chagrin of Medina and Cole, who are looking for you and will not find you. But
she heads up to her room and she shuts the door and she collapses to the side of her bed, or maybe even just just collapses onto her bed and begins to weep. Um, for the loss of this woman, and the thought of her children now having to grow up without any parents at all or anything.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, cool. So you guys can search for a little while, but you don't find any sign of her. And the guards, I mean, I don't know how long you're going to hang around, guys. How long do you want to hang around looking for?
probably not too
About
long.
midday.
Probably not too long.
Okay.
Probably have like a quick glance down the alleyways, and I would want to head back to the inn if I can't find her. I don't know about Cole.
Oh yeah, definitely want to just act like we're part of the crowd, looking kind of licky-loos, and then kind of fade away with them.
Yeah, just so we don't look suspicious, that's why.
Sure, makes sense to me. Okay, no problem. Where do you go then? Back to the inn,
Back.
or
Cole, back to the inn?
That's fine. I'm just here to show you around the few places that I know here in town. This is about it.
Yes, but what gets me is a witch. Why was Katherina involved if this is who I'm assuming they're on about, which from their description? Why should she be involved?
I don't know. We just barely met her, and
Sure.
she's pretty mysterious. Not real open with her thoughts or her beliefs too much. So I'm not sure. I mean, you know how it is when you find companions on the road. Takes a while just for you to get used to them and know what they're about.
Yes, I do. I do believe that she's definitely a woman of God, but there's a difference between holy powers and witchcraft. I just hope she really has the blessing of God and she is not some horrifying witch.
I guess that depends on which god she's worshiping.
Yes, as we said, we don't really know much about it.
when you guys get back to the crossed candles?
Just walk in when we get back.
Sure, no problem.
I will order. I'll get a glass of water.
Yeah, you will. The lunch menu consists of braised goose and onion, roasted grouse with mason gooseberry tart, and boiled sausage and dried cabbage. That's the cheap option. And there's also a roasted whitefish with saffron and poached eggs. Saffron, really?
I would get the roasted grouse, and I'll pay for Cole's food as well.
Sure, roasted grouse is 4 silver pieces. It comes with a glass of whiskey, but you get water instead.
Yeah, water. And whatever Cole wants, I'll pay for it. Cole, what do you want to eat? What do you want to eat?
Do you have like a sandwich type thing?
What did they have? The boiled sausage, dried cabbage, the roasted grouse, braised goose and onion. Yeah, I mean they could make you like a goose sandwich or a grouse. They can make you a grouse sandwich actually. Yeah.
Yeah, something on those lines. And I'm
Okay, cool.
as you're out of game, probably what you want to order, Antonio, would be like cider or something. Don't get water because the water could give you a lot of problems in this area. You know what I mean? The strange water in the city, you never know how clean it is. That's why people drink beer all the time. So just to give you a heads up before Ian takes it over and gives you dysentery for the next 3 days.
Oh, that's if the bartender lets me have cider. He might not.
If you don't want water, you can have milk.
I'll have a milk.
All
I'll
right,
go
gives
with
you milk.
Katherina is going to skip lunch. She's going to stay in her room, praying and grieving, basically.
Very cool. Ooh. Okay. Got it. Antonio is off doing preparations. When will you be returning to the inn, Antonio? Let's see what all you're doing here. You're collecting all that stuff. Got it.
Yep. I wrote everything down, the materials.
Mm-hmm. The horses, you have them delivered to the Cross Candles?
Yes.
Okay.
And after I go and pick up the after I get the horses, I go and pick up the nails because I want something to hold down the wires and have a base for,
Mm-hmm.
and iron is good for stuff like that.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. And then it's back to the inn so I can make my preparations because I will have to study that spell in the morning. Luckily, it's only going to be like an hour's worth of study.
So as you're returning to the inn, a couple hours after lunch, so maybe like 2, 3 o'clock, let's say 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Cole and Medina, did you stay in the common room? Did you go back to your rooms? What would you have done after lunch?
I'm gonna take a nap, I think.
Okay, so
Good.
Cole's napping in his room. Katherina still has not come out of her room, I believe. So what about you, Medina?
I don't know. I'll probably just chill at the bar, around the bar, and wait for the daughter to get there so I can apologize to her.
Okay, yeah, so that'll be still a few hours to come, or a couple hours to come at least. So yeah, so you're in the common room when Valenti comes back. Antonio, let me just see here. Yeah, as you're approaching, you also see a couple of Imperial guards. These ones in like chain armor with swords and crossbows, walking in front of you, and they're holding some scrolls. And they have one of these scrolls rolled out and open, and you can see an image drawn onto it, like a sketch, if you will, an artist's sketch. And it says basically it's a wanted dead or alive poster, reward offered for crimes of heresy and witchcraft, and it's got a drawing, a pretty accurate drawing of your friend Katherina on it. And these guys are walking straight towards your inn.
I see.
I rolled really good for your luck, so yeah, you're able to get a good look at it.
Okay. Witchcraft, huh?
Mm-hmm. Wanted dead or alive, the reward is worth twice as much if she's taken alive.
I could swear I had seen someone of that description.
You saying this to the guards?
Mm-hmm.
What?
And I go, I'm sorry. I did not mean to look over your shoulder, but that...
Are you reading over my shoulder?
Forgive me. But
this woman here, and he holds it.
Yes, I had...
Where?
As I was headed to the theater district the other day, I came upon a crowd gathered out in some home over in that area. And I saw her leaving the home and heading towards the Imperial District. Perhaps she has an inn there, or there's some church in the area that she's sequestering herself in. I'm not sure, but you say witchcraft. I can't believe it. She seemed like a holy woman.
Yes, she murdered an Imperial guard this late morning, just
My
before noon.
goodness. And I cross myself, and with my other hand inside my clothes with my fingers crossed, and cross myself. And
You seem like a God-fearing God-fearing citizen of the Imperium
indeed I am, officer.
of
I
the
am.
Empire.
There are few who fear God's wrath more than I.
We must quickly to the Imperial District. But here, take this, please, to that inn and give it to the innkeeper to post.
I shall do so. I shall
And
do
they
so.
rush off
All right.
in the
And
direction
I roll
of
it up,
the Imperial District.
and I stuff it inside my pouch.
Well,
And oh no, I don't.
probably a backpack. I don't think you fit a scroll.
Well,
in
I would say stuff it through my belt, but I roll it up kind of loosely and walk, and then trip and accidentally dump it face down in like a puddle, and go, oh no! And I pick it up and I take the side of my cloak and I roughly brush off the front of it, and I'm kind of smearing the face.
Yeah.
Well. And then I just dab away the smear to make make it more look like a face, and and I got
it looks awful now. It's completely unidentifiable.
Well, I bring it in. I say, "Oh my goodness!" I'm holding it in front of me, like, "Oh," I'm shaking it to try and dry it off. Oh, Andres,
Medina, you see him.
And I nod to him, and I go to the innkeeper. My goodness, some Imperial Guardsman gave me this to hang up. I'm afraid I've been.
What is that?
I don't know.
The ugliest man I've ever seen.
And I point at my leg and I say, I've been walking all day and my leg is tired, and I tripped and accidentally dumped it in a puddle. I tried to wipe it off, but look, I've ruined it. But they did ask us to post it, so I guess post it just so you can say, and I don't know, say some drunk threw a beer in it or something accidentally. I'd rather not get in trouble with the guard. And I shove her.
He says, that's useless. He walks over and tosses it in the fire.
Okay.
Antonio, you have returned.
I have indeed. It's been a productive day, my friend. And I sit down and I say, I heard an interesting story too.
Yes, I guess you're going to go on about the witch.
Yes, apparently. Some witch roasted a little bird in its own cage.
Yes, I saw a little bit of the aftermath.
You were there?
Only a little bit. After, I assume. I don't know how long after, but...
It wasn't very long after, because he was still smoking.
Yeah.
How frightening. Well...
And you heard all the screams, only seconds before. So
there was lots of screaming. We had to go... Me and Cole had to go check it out.
And I would take a quick look around and make sure no one's listening in, and then I lean forward and say, "Before I had my little accident, that portrait was awfully familiar."
Yes, you're going to say exactly what I'm thinking.
Here's the crux of the matter, though. There's no way that she is a witch. Not the way she flings holy water around the place.
But she might... Yeah, but there's two kind of things. She might have the power of the Lord.
Well, that's quite possible, considering how she spotted that demon creature at the monastery, or at the nunnery, or the orphanage.
I do hope she is not a witch, because I cannot forgive someone who poses as a woman of God and yet does such horrible things.
I can assure you that she is no witch. I have met creatures of that type before, one of which cost me my leg.
Yes. You must tell me that story in more detail one time.
Perhaps I shall. I did go around and make some inquiries to see if we could find our actor friend, and I believe I have a very good lead. There is a contact I will be speaking with on the morrow, but they are quite jumpy, and I will have to speak with them alone. I do apologize.
That is fine. You know what, Antonio? You and Cole are all right. I was quick to judge you people.
Ah, yes. Haven't murdered a baby in days.
Yes, I apologize about that.
That's all right.
But Katherina, I am not so sure about.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at the irony because he's preparing to summon some horrible demon into the world.
Mhm.
Katherina is actually just trying to help people.
Yeah.
I have
There's no
no
justice. There's no justice in this world.
Like Katherina's in her room grieving, like
Yeah,
because
there's
like
no justice.
family.
I will,
Oh, I'm gonna go speak to a demon. I mean, client by myself tomorrow.
Meanwhile, Medina doesn't have a fucking clue.
Contact. I just had to speak with the contact.
Okay, cool.
I go and get a, I ask the innkeeper for a bowl of soup and a hank of bread.
Soup and bread. Yeah. We've got a little something here. You know,
Like some
soup and bread. We'll call it a silver piece. It's just some basically like leftover vegetables and some kind of fowl mixed in it. You know,
right?
fowl
Yeah.
as in bird, not as in
Yeah. Toss a little bit of flour in there to thicken it up, make it a little.
Exactly.
All right, so they take that
Silver
and
piece.
bread and I want to get a if he's got like a bottle of wine that's nearly empty, you know, just like maybe he has like a glass full left in it.
Oh yeah, sure. That'll be another silver piece.
Not a problem. All right, and I will take that up, and it's like, I will bring these down later if you don't mind. I do want to rest, but I am a bit peckish. Is it all right if I bring these to my room?
Of course, you're the guest.
Thank you, sir. And I will head upstairs, and I will go and I will lightly tap on Katherina's room. Dun, dun, dun.
And I will be staying downstairs.
Waiting for Lada to come in?
Yeah.
Fair.
How long has it been now?
How long have you been in your room hiding and grieving? About 2 hours.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. I'll say she's at least a little bit, consoled by now. So she'll open the door, but she's obviously been crying, I would say. I mean, yeah.
She has blonde hair?
Reddish hair, you said.
Reddish.
Red.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, let me see. Actually, I can blow up the image. Can I if I just do that? Yeah,
So
it's reddish. It's kind of a strawberry blonde almost.
Strawberry blonde, that's the word.
Then again, I'm colorblind, so what the fuck do I know?
Auburn is more brown, right? Brownish red.
Yeah.
Okay. Strawberry blonde. All right. And I say, so I hear you've been busy today. And I hold out the bowl of soup with the spoon sticking out of it and the bottle of wine, or the last, cup of wine with the bottle in it. You must eat.
She'll nod. Thank you. And she will take the food and the wine.
I have seen.
And she'll please come in. And she'll
I'll step in and I'll close the door and stand with my back to it.
back to her desk.
There are patrols out. There are rumors of witches running around the city.
Of course. Men fear what they do not understand.
Indeed, indeed. I know you are no witch. But, as you said, fools see what fools want to see. That is why I suggest that you do not leave your room for the rest of the evening. I will return later, and I will have something that may be able to help you, so that you will be able to continue to move around in freedom.
She'll nod, and she will say, yeah, this isn't the first time I've been in this sort of predicament.
Indeed.
That's right. Yeah, part of your backstory. You've been persecuted before, right?
Mhm.
Then
Right.
I will. I also suggest you keep your door locked. And when I return, I will make this sound, and I'll do like a coded knock, like basically shaving a haircut, but not shaving a haircut because that's lame. I don't know how else to describe it, but I'll
Yeah,
knock. I'll
a
give you
code.
a coded knock to let you know that I am back, and I will have something that should be able to assist you.
Well, I thank you very much.
Did you bring your hound with you as you made your rounds today?
Yeah, she says, I thought about it, but he was being lazy and didn't feel like moving from his corner. She kind of nods to a corner he's sitting in. I
That
say
Mm.
a pillow pallet set up.
that is indeed fortunate. I suggest you keep him with him. Keep him with you for the remainder of our stay in the city.
Yes, I do plan on it.
Excellent, excellent. I will return and I'll leave and I will leave the inn.
Okay.
I will go and find a dressmaker
Okay.
and I will be purchasing a practical dress in her size. Two of them.
2 practical dresses
And
for Katherina.
muted colors and a cloak with it's the middle of summer, right? A light cloak with a hood.
Okay.
Then I will also ask them, I'll say, my mother is, well, let's just face it, she is a vain woman. And her hair is these days now more gray than the rich brown that it used to be.
Mhm.
Do you know of someone who might have like a dye one could use on their hair to return the color to what it was and hide those grays?
Hold on a second.
Mhm.
Yes. I do know someone who may be able to help you. You'll find him in the Jewish quarter.
Okay.
He is an herbalist primarily.
Hmm. Oh,
He will
before
have the plants that are required.
I see. If I might have directions. As I realize that they are being a little quiet about it, so I'll be quiet as well.
Yep. Gives you directions. Tells you the name of the shop to look for or to ask for. Sorry, there's no name on the shop. Says you'll have to ask around. Once you're closer, somebody will be able to direct you to the shop.
Fantastic.
He does not keep a sign above his door,
I see.
and sometimes he changes locations.
I understand. I understand. And I nod. I figure this is someone who sells concoctions to help people in trouble.
Oh, he sells just about anything that can possibly be made from the plants of this planet.
Fantastic. I thank you for
So
your
for the 2 dresses and the cloak, and the information, that will be 22 silver pieces, please.
22 silver pieces.
And good luck. I do hope your mother will be pleased.
I'm sure she will. And for your candor and for your assistance, please keep the change. And I hand him a gold piece. And I walk out.
Nice tip.
Mm-hmm.
Big tip.
Big tip for tight lips.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
Then I will go back to the end, realizing I forgot to drop off all these precious materials. I'll go back to my room.
We can just assume that you dropped them off.
Okay, I would have left like anything for the summoning and all like extra money.
Yeah. You're not carrying around all stuff like
Right. I'll bring like 4 gold pieces with me, stuff them in my boot, and then like 16 silver in a pouch.
Okay.
And I'll head over to the Jewish quarter.
Okay, and you want to try to buy some kind of herbal hair dye.
Exactly.
Synthetic dyes didn't come out until the 1860s, so everything was done with plants before then. Let me see. I think the cost for this, something comparable that I could maybe compare across.
You have moved your mic into stutter territory.
Apologies.
No worries.
Yeah, you can get. It's only going to cost you 1 silver piece and 5 copper pieces. A silver piece for the dye itself.
Mhm.
5 copper pieces for the bottle to contain it.
How many doses how long will this last? Assuming one does not wash their hair every day.
Who would wash their hair every day? It's a good way to catch a sickness.
There are strange cultures to the east that find bathing every day to be closer to godliness.
Disgusting.
It is disgusting.
A good way to catch a cold or a pneumonia. Do they have pneumoniaback then? Whatever,
Even
good way to catch your death.
Indeed.
So, getting your hair wet every day. It should last several weeks.
Several weeks. Fantastic. And would one be able to wash it out if they wanted to?
Well, everyone's hair is different, but no.
Okay. Excellent.
No, you would not be able to wash it out with ease. I do have other products that may be used to strip the color out of their hair.
But it would leave their hair white and...
yeah, and causes extensive damage to the hair itself.
No, I guess let nature run its course then, eh?
Yes, the hair will... Actually, no, you know what? I lied. No, it is herbal. Yeah, it'll last several weeks, at least, possibly months.
Depending on
depending on their physiology, of course.
Got it. But it will fade eventually, and
yes.
Of course, they will grow out. Or maybe,
and of course, as their hair grows, you'll have to reapply to maintain the illusion.
I see. Well, my mother appreciates this. She is a vain woman, and I hand him 2 silver pieces.
Okay.
Excellent. I already wrote it down. Good.
If you need anything else, anything plant-based, anything at all,
I'll look around.
You know my name.
I do indeed. And I very well...
his name is... Let me see. You know what? He is not Czech, nor is he Jewish. His name...
Here? He's not Jewish either? He's just in the Jewish quarter.
Yeah, he's in the Jewish quarter because it's not policed.
Right.
His name is Jeremias.
Jeremias. Excellent.
Jeremias Schwarzenbach, whatever, yeah.
So he's German.
Yes.
I don't speak German. Okay. All right, because if he was Jewish, I was going to say, hey, maybe
he does speak Czech as well. So
excellent. Maybe I speak Hebrew, but no, no reason to check it. Okay, I will head back to the inn. Along the way, I will stop off at another tailor and get some,
that's his code name now, Mr. Green. I like it. Yeah.
Fantastic, and get some like towels, rags, and towels.
Sure.
Because I figure this is going to be messy.
Yeah, it probably will be true. Linen. I think there is a... No? God, I thought there's a linen somewhere here. Sure. So, how much you want to get? Like,
enough to dry someone's hair twice.
A couple of towels. Let's say 2 silver.
All right. Excellent. Okay. Head back to the inn. With my purchases and ask them, can I have a basin and a kettle of hot water?
I can send a basin of hot water up to your room if you like. Lotta will be in shortly.
That would be wonderful. And I'll head upstairs and wait for the basin of hot water.
Cool. When Lotta arrives, Medina, you apologize to her. You've been waiting all day for her, I take it, yeah? Is that to be assumed? You're muted.
I apologize for my actions. I was not in the right state of mind. I relapsed from my alcoholism.
You are lucky my father didn't murder you in your sleep.
Yes, I am very grateful. I am a very big man of God. But your
Well,
father,
I do appreciate your apology. None of us are perfect. We're all sinners. If the Lord can forgive you, then I guess so can I.
thank you. And I will leave you be and let you get on with your work.
Good. And, and just as you say, Andre's like, Lada! And she goes over and he's whispering to her and she's nodding. Good, good. Well, take a basin of hot water up to room, blah, 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 whatever room that Antonio's in. And she sets about doing that. So then a little bit later, you will get the basin of hot water brought up to you.
Excellent. I'll wait for her to leave. Watch her walk down the stairs.
Doesn't take long because she's got lots of work to do.
Right. Then I will grab that basin, throw those towels over my head, and go over and
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else is having this problem, but like I can barely hear you, Ian. You sound
Really?
like super distant.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
it.
you sound super distant.
Yeah, that mic is no, it's good now. The mic, it gets like a quarter inch out of place and it stops working. Your
It
beard
doesn't
is
help that I keep moving it too because I'm like not choking. I'm coughing a lot. So
Yeah.
I
So
tend to, when I put my hand up to my mouth, I tend to move it. So sorry, it could be a combination of me moving it and my beard getting in the way. I don't know. So
all right.
okay.
So I head over to Katherina's room, and because I'm holding the basin, I just tap through the code with my side of my foot. Tap, 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 tap.
Yep.
yeah, Katherina will open the door for you.
And here I am with a steaming basin of water and towels over my shoulder.
She'll take the basin to help you out.
So,
A curious look on her face.
oh, I did forget one thing. I'll be right back. And I run back to my room and I grab the wrap package with the dresses in it, and I come back. We'll lock my room and then come back and say, here. And I hand her the bundles, and then I pull the bottle out of my pocket and I put it down on her desk. Thump. Remove your dress.
You're not the first man to ask me that.
I probably will not be the last either.
I mean, no offense, but I believe I could change myself.
You could, and you could very well miss areas. It would be better to have someone else but do this for you to ensure that everything is done well and everything is covered. In that package are 2 new dresses. I would suggest you wear only these while you remain in the city. They are rather plain and nondescript, but they are serviceable. There is a cloak in there as well, which I suggest you wear while you are in the inn with the hood up. Before we dye your hair, we are going to dye your hair because your color is quite striking, and it is your most easily recognizable feature. Change a person's hair color, and you basically will become invisible to those who knew you only by your most identifying feature, which is your clothes and your hair. I suggest you pack away your holy vestments for now. You keep your cross hidden. You wear the nondescript dresses, and you keep the hood up in the inn. Let us dye your hair. Before we do so, though, let us take a small lock from underneath in the back that you could pin to your hair while you're inside the inn to drape down the side of your face. As far as the innkeeper and those inside will be concerned, as your hair will still be blonde. Well, the color it is now. And you can easily remove it and pocket that once you leave the inn and drop your hood, and you will have vanished, basically vanished.
I have the feeling that this isn't your first time to do something like this as well.
I have fled places before.
Yeah, you really thought of everything.
Yeah. He's fled places before. As you know. You know his
Witchcraft.
backstory. Exactly.
All right.
So
We'll go ahead and
so I'll pull her blanket off and like bundle it into like a pad for her to kneel down on over the bin.
Mm-hmm. The basin.
The basin. Snip off a small lock of hair from the back and tie it off, and put that on her bed or on the desk. Shall we? I open the bottle.
Sure.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
I roll my sleeves up, get her hair wet, and we dye it brown.
as you start to do this, Katherina kind of now has you trapped. So she'll say, "So why was it that when the Lord allowed me to see the forms of chaos around me,
Mm-hmm.
you had such a aura about you?"
Oh, don't you know? I am the son of the devil.
I don't believe so. But
Yes.
maybe something close to it.
I have been called such. Oh, my family would call me much worse if you were ever to meet them, which you never shall, because I will not tell you their name, and I will never be heading back there.
Oh. And I suppose we have those things in common.
Suffice it to say that I mean nobody ill will, unless they seek to harm those who are me and mine, let us say. Then they shall face a wrath unlike any they may have ever seen before.
So do you also possess gifts?
Gifts? Oh, I've been told I'm rather well endowed. And I wink at her. I know that's not true.
Doesn't seem
But
impressive.
I'm not comfortable with speaking of such things, and perhaps one day we shall discuss this in
She says,
other circumstances.
In truth, I'm not very into trees.
All right. So you dye her hair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna make a rule for it since she's not doing it herself and you're helping. I mean, I'll just say you're able to dye it completely.
I,
And then grab the little bar of lye soap that they have there and thoroughly scrub my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will step back or dry her hair off and then give her, as much as I can, wrap the other cloth over her shoulders so it doesn't stain the shift that she has on. All right, well, I suggest you let that dry. Find some way of securing the lock when you're wearing your hood so that people will see your luscious blonde hair or strawberry blonde hair when you are within the confines of the inn. And yeah, sleep well.
before you leave,
Yes.
you know languages, yes?
I'm sorry?
You know many languages, yes?
I know a few. I know quite a few. No, I do not know quite a few as well. But yes, I know a few.
Katherina will walk over to her backpack
Mhm.
and she pulls out a large rectangular shaped thing wrapped in a cloth.
Okay.
When she unwraps it, it's a book.
Okay.
And there are, when she'll open it, and there are words written in Arabic. And she'll ask you, "Can you read this language?"
Fascinating. I have seen this writing before. Well, where's my D6? All right, where's my weighted D6? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
All right.
Where's my D6 with 6 ones in it, right?
Exactly. All right, I have a 2 in languages. Come on, baby. Wow. I rolled 5.
No.
I do not.
Arabic.
I have seen this. I know someone long ago who could read these languages, but not I, I'm afraid.
Sad. Well, I'm still looking for someone that will help me to read it, perhaps even translate it.
Well, if
Pretty
you
massive tome anyway, isn't it?
if you are to follow us back to Amsterdam once our business in this city is done, I probably will be able to locate such a person for you.
I shall consider it. We'll see what the Lord has in store.
Indeed. He's always got something up his sleeve. And I walk out. Make sure you lock the door. Click.
All right.
Go back to my room.
And You go back to your room. Cole wakes up from his nap. Do Cole and Medina go back to the ticket office and buy tickets to go see the show, or is it just Medina going? Or
Well, I'm definitely going. It's up to Cole if he wants to come as well.
Yeah, he'll go watch it again.
I will pay for your ticket. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a generous
Gods
man.
and Traitors. Brilliant. Excellent. Okay. You can do so, no problem. You will definitely see signs posted with Katherina's likeness on them. There's no name. They don't know her name.
Yeah.
Just an image of her posted around, wanted for heresy, witchcraft, and murder. You'll see them in every kind of market square and, every major kind of major district, has a sign, a posting for notices, and it's on there, but yeah, and you go to the ticket office, you pay 2 silver pieces, Medina, to buy 2 tickets to the show tonight, and that's where we will wrap the session up for tonight. Okay. You guys can have 750 experience points each, and we will pick this up, continue the misadventures in Prague next week at the same time.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
Cool.